we are excited for this movement, for what we're really creating here within Iconic. So I know we are all excited, and it's going to be an amazing showcase today, really showing you guys what we have from a platform perspective. So, Beef, kick it off, bro, and the floor is yours, bro.
Sheesh. Literally, I was just texting people as well to get in the call. I don't know about you guys, but if you knew what I knew, you would do what I do. And I'm telling you guys right now, it's really just it's really just so dope to be able to do things like this. I think that's the biggest important, the most important thing about understanding what's happening here is that you guys are with people who are going to be able to give you proximity to not only individuals who know what they are speaking about when it comes to the product, but they are also in charge of developing the product themselves. So I really want you guys to understand what this week consists of. I want you to understand what this week holds and exactly what this week could do for you. And I'm seeing all the states, I'm seeing the countries, I'm seeing where everybody is plugging in from. And I'm super, super excited to be here with you guys. Big shout out to Anna. I saw Ecuador in the chat. So, I got to give it up to, big Ecuador. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm able to see Ecuador in the chat and just, growing worldwide is just such a beautiful, 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 beautiful thing. So, guys, I am super excited to be here. I don't want to hold you guys up too long, but all I did want to say is just making sure that you are in front of the information is going to be what determines whether you get to the next level or not. Understanding where the information is provided, understanding who you are grabbing the information from, and more importantly, what are you going to do with the information after you received it? Do you have your notebook ready? Do you have your computer ready? Do you have your stuff ready to understand the information and start adapting the stuff that is being given to you now? Because guys, the person that we have today, the people that I'm sharing this call with, they're not people who just fell into success. They've been very intentional since very early on in their careers, and they decided to make a choice to get to where it is that they want to go. So my question to you is: this you showing up just because you wanted to make sure your attendance was accounted for? Is this you plugging in just because you wanted to act like you were doing something? Or is this you showing up because you made the choice to go all in? Is this you showing up because you said, okay, cool, enough is enough. I want to learn and understand exactly what it is that I'm paying for. And if that's you, this is exactly the call you want to be on. And I'm gonna just give it back to my brother, somebody that I've been working on for these last few months. And I just know he's so dope when it comes to like remaining a student. He's always plugging into some kind of education, always investing himself, always understanding that there's more out there for him to learn. So when we came up with this idea of doing these boot camps and teaching you guys exactly what the company has to offer, it was like it made so much sense. So for me, guys, I need you guys just to pay attention to my brother, Mr. Matthew Fernandez. He's going to be able to show you guys exactly why something like this is as important as well. And he's going to give it to you from his sight, from his vision, the way he sees things. And I'm telling you guys right now, it's time to get crazy because this information right here could change your life if you wanted to. Let's get it, Mr. Matthew Fernandez. I'm gonna toss it back to you, my G. Let's get it.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Everyone show some love to Beef in the chat one time. Really one of the hardest workers and best leaders I know within this entire space. Now, for me personally, I'm just going to be really quick as well. I just want to say how grateful I am that we get a chance to really run this up together. Myself, Beef, and Matt, we really recently came together to work within Iconic. And I just want to really share with you guys how amazing of an opportunity we have here within this platform, guys. Very rarely do you see a company put together at the level Iconic is. Like, I know when I first saw this company and I saw the vision and the mission behind it, where you have the people and the quality of educators, and you're able to marry it with technology and systems and tools. You very rarely ever see that in the industry. And that's really what we have here, guys, within our hands within Iconic. We have the best of the best of the best educators within the entire industry married to the technology with tools like Defy you're about to see today, with tools like Supernova, Smart Shot, and Kill Shot you're about to see the next few days. We really have everything in place to really help people and change people's situation when it comes to the trading space. So I don't know about you guys, but I am so excited for this bootcamp. I'm excited for you guys to lock in. I'm excited for you guys to learn, and I'm excited for you guys to really master one of these strategies here today because the strategies we have here, like I said, are unreal. One advice I'll give you guys is for all of you guys on this call, tune into all these sessions and figure out the strategy that makes the most sense for you. Figure out the tool that makes the most sense for you, that you can apply, that you can understand for yourself and make money with, and then lock in with that. Because I truly believe we have the best tools, the best systems in place within the entire industry, and you guys get access to seeing and showcasing them over the next 4 days. So lock in, be a student. I'm excited for you guys to take in all the information. So with that being said, I'm gonna hand the floor over to Matthew Cruz. Now, for those of you guys that don't know Matt is an amazing leader that honestly, for the longest time, I've seen from a distance. He's someone that I've always seen the success stories he's created, the amount of lives he's been impacting, really on the other side of the country, you could say, and just seeing the amount of success stories he's been creating. I've always been able to admire him from afar, and now it's really cool to see us being able to now work together, collab together, and really build this company. And what's really cool is the opportunity we have here, guys. Like in North America, in the US, in Canada, there's very few people that have seen something like we have in Iconic. And now seeing amazing leaders like Matt joining us, obviously Beaver already here, myself, and a few other amazing leaders, we are about to create one of the biggest movements this trading industry has ever seen. So I want to hand the floor over to Matt. Matt's going to bring up the final speaker and really share with you guys why this free trial is about to be insane. But guys, blow up the chat box for Matt one time, one of the best leaders in this entire space. So Matt, bro, take it away.
What's going on, guys? I definitely want to give credit back to where credit is due. Shout out to Matt, shout out to Beeve. Like Matt said, the reality is that I've been watching these guys for years, seeing the success stories that they've obviously created for themselves, but they've duplicated literally all around the world. And, we've never had a chance to actually work together. And then it's crazy how I don't really believe in coincidences. I believe that everything happens for a reason. And, we're all here working together now in Iconic. And yeah, guys, I've just been blown away working with these guys because for the longest time, I felt like my team, we've kind of just done our own thing and never really had a group of people that we could really collaborate with, people on the same frequency, people that have a big vision, people that have the work ethic, people that just have, most importantly, just good character, right? And I genuinely feel that if you're in this space, working with the people on this call, that there's not a better place that you could be in. But yeah, 2 weeks ago, we decided to lock arms with Iconic. We saw the vision with this company. We felt like there's no other platform that's going to help as many people when it comes to trading, when it comes to investing, when it comes to this business, than this platform, guys. And just over the last couple weeks, like I said, I've just been blown away with the automation, with the education, with the leadership. And I'm very, very excited. And we're literally just getting started. So with that being said, scanner week this week, we're going to be breaking down all the different scanners that you guys can plug into so that we can help y'all become consistently profitable a lot sooner than later. For the very first day, we have Manny. He's going to be breaking down Defy. And I checked out all the scanners. I'll just say this. I believe that Defy, from my point of view, is probably the most simple and accurate scanner that I've ever seen. If you've gotten some results with Defy, drop some $signs in the chat real quick. If you haven't, then maybe you just haven't tried it out. For me, simplicity plus accuracy was going to create profitability for as many people as possible in my mind. And I feel like that's exactly what DeFi is all about. With that being said, I can't say enough good things about Manny. He's the individual that really brought me into Iconic and told me about it in last August. He mentioned it to me for the first time. And at the time, I was kind of closed-minded, but we have always had a good relationship. I've looked up to him since 2017, 2018, when I got in this space in the first place. And to see the incredible levels that he's been able to achieve, having 15 years of experience in this industry, having over 1 million people view his live trading sessions in 150 countries in the last decade. He is the chief product experience officer here. What does that mean? When you guys are, loving the scanners, loving the technology, he's really the individual behind it all. So everybody, go crazy in the go crazy in the chat. Drop an 888 for Manny. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you for everything that you do. I'm gonna pass it over to you, man.
Okay, Matt. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate the edification. I appreciate everyone here that has been tuned in, locked in to Iconic, to DeFi, using the strategy, using the tools, using the education that we've been providing. And for those of you that have actually been here with us since we launched the company, this was a brand new company, August 15th, when we officially put the company live. I just want to, commend all of you guys because you guys have been here with us as we developed the back office, as we developed our products, our services, our marketing. We brought our technology to the marketplace. We've really, I feel like we've crammed 5, 6 years of development into 6 months to form the foundation. And going into 2026, we're really doubling down now on all of our technology, all of our services, all of our education, just making sure that we're really trying to bring the absolute most elite and superior experience to the trading education space to be able to provide an atmosphere, to be able to provide a community, to be able to just provide again, the resources that somebody needs in order to find the success that they are working towards having. So, again, I want to commend all of you guys that have been here with us since day one. And then for all of the newer individuals that are here, guys, again, welcome to the company. Matt Cruz, we're so excited to have you at the company, brother. I know you're racing to Icon right now. You're building an amazing team, dude. And what I love about you is just our synergy between me, you, Matt, Beeb. We're all leaders that's been in this space for a long time, and you guys have really big hearts, and you guys wear your hearts on your sleeves. So I really just want to be able to commend you guys on your leadership, and Calvin Becerra as well. And all of the other rising leaders that are here as well, because being in this industry for 15 years, I see a lot of self-centered people. And will technology ever be perfect? Will performance ever be perfect? Will the world ever be perfect? Absolutely not. But when you are working with people that care about people right then and there, you are winning. And that's what I love so much about this team, is that you guys truly, truly care. You guys are always hitting me up, blowing me up, make this work, do this, have this ready, get ready, right? Just to make sure that we're creating the best experience. And I want to say that for each and every single one of you guys that are here before we jump into DeFi, because we're starting on the brand new strategy week. Guys, how many of you guys are so excited for to see the scanners this week? I want you guys to go ahead and drop a 777 for me inside of the chat box, because this is going to be a phenomenal week. I have lots of updates to share with you guys. We're going to do a deep dive on Iconic. For those of you that are already working with DeFi, congratulations. I see you guys kind of around the community doing your thing. I'm very passionate about DeFi. I'm passionate about what we do. I am a product of the product, guys. And I'll just say this so that way we can get right into the information. I am 100% a product of the product. I am the epitome of somebody that walked into this industry bare bone, not an entrepreneurial bone in my body, no experience, no home-based business, no trading, and I was born and bred in this industry. And I advocate for this industry so much because there is no better place, and it's a pay-to-play community, but you know that you're coming in and you're getting locked in with community, with education, verified professionals, technology, mentorship, community. Like, you're taking our 15 years, our 20 years, our 30 years of experience, and we're cramming it all together to create the best company that we could possibly create. And that's why I know Iconic is going to be the company of the future, because everything that we're doing here is intentional, and it's based on you guys getting the same experience that we had in this industry, just helping you guys do what you guys want to do. And that's become successful in this space. Can we do that for you? No, we cannot do that for you. That's something that you guys have to do. But what we can provide is the place, the community, the resources, the education, and let you guys do what you want to do with it. Okay. And that's why we have this scanner week for you guys to lock in, to be able to learn, and to be able to grow with us here at Iconic. So, man, I'm just super excited. How many of you guys are excited for the future of Iconic? Because we are only just getting started. All right. So, with that being said, let me get ready to kind of jump into this tonight. I'm going to share my screen over here. Let's talk a little bit, and then we're going to walk through a couple of different things. All righty. All righty. So first and foremost, for DeFi, we have a couple of different things going on. So let me show you this. All right. On our iconic.vip LMS, we just did a brand new calendar update. Very simple navigation: home, academy, live streams, ideas, strategy, social. You guys can click on live stream. We've put a brand new calendar in here. You guys can actually see the days, you guys can see the sessions, and you guys can see the time of day in order. And now you can look at the day that's live, and you can look at the educators in time that are live to help you build your educational calendar for the day to be able to lock in and learn. And then you can also start to organize this by educators, right? So we are able to start doing this where you can now start to lock in to the different educators that are educating on these strategies, which is major. Okay, we're bringing in more educators for DeFi as we're verifying more and more of our educators to be able to work and educate properly with this. Now on strategies, guys, if you come over here, you click start learning, you're going to see there's going to be some boot camps that come up. Okay, and educators that use these strategies. Now, what's going to be live for you guys this week, okay, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be a brand new, I'm just letting you know before we jump into DeFi, there's going to be a brand new 4-part training. Now, we've already released the PDF, okay? So you guys should have access to the PDF, should be available in your back office. If you do not have it, make sure that you guys get connected with your icons to get connected to it. This is going to give you a 4-part. Part 1 is going to be a DeFi overview. This is going to quickly walk you through the DeFi, okay? All righty. Now, part 2 is going to be the DeFi strategy overview, okay? This is going to be built on the 4 core principles of DeFi. Just quickly teach you how to kind of, what are the key levels? What are the prediction bands? What is the trend tracker? What is the scorecard? How do you put them together for a simple DeFi idea? All righty. Then going a little bit deeper into that, we're going to have the DeFi configurations. This is for those of you that are a little bit more experienced. You guys want to get a little bit more fancy with your tools. You guys will be able to come here and you guys will be able to actually begin to start to what we call DeFi the odds. And you guys will be able to start to customize your looks, your settings. This thing keeps clicking off every time somebody jumps in, right? Your key levels, your valid candle. You're going to actually learn about the settings, if you want to change the settings, how to apply them, how to remove them, how to work with them. This is going to give you all of the education piece by piece by piece, so you truly, truly understand DeFi, especially the trade management tools, which vastly updates how the entry, stop loss, and the take profit levels are calculated, right? Because if you're a scalper and you're looking for hyper scalping, right, you want to get to those TPs, you're looking for the squeeze mode, right? You're looking for those standard 1-to-1, 1-to-2, 1-to-3s. You are on the standard mode, okay? If you are looking for more risk to reward versed, right? Because you're worried about your performance, you can go to stretch mode, right? TP1 is a 1-to-2. 1-to-2, 1-to-4, 1-to-6. And then if you're somebody that says, hey, you know what? I want really, really great risk to reward, you're going to be on the swing mode where TP1 is a 1-to-3, TP2 is a 1-to-6, TP3 is a 1-to-9. Now, mathematically, if you are trading a 1-to-9 every single time that you trade, statistically speaking, not by my recommendation, but by the math, okay, just have to be politically correct here, you can be profitable by trading, by being, having 1 out of every 9 trades hit TP3. You can actually be profitable. Okay, so you guys have to be able to learn the math and why entry, take profit, and stop loss is so critical with every single strategy that you trade, because you could theoretically have poor performance but have really good risk to reward and still be profitable, right? So some of you newer traders, I need you guys to really start to understand that just having high levels of accuracy is not everything, right? The issue is that you guys want high levels of accuracy and you want great risk to reward, right? You guys want to have these super self-imposed, right? I'm just hitting TPs, I'm making money every day, and that just doesn't exist, right? You can't have wins without losses. You can't have losses without wins, right? So it comes with the territory. So we have really good trade management tools that are in there. And then the fourth training is going to be the DeFi blueprint. And this is where we get a little bit more spicy. But what we do is I train DeFi on pure price action. So I give you guys something called mapping the market. Okay, and in mapping the market, we're going to give you four type of blueprints: reversal blueprints, trending blueprints, range blueprints, breakout blueprints, and then we're going to give you the ultimate just candle validation techniques based on pure price action, because DeFi is a pure price action tool that you can use. It puts price action right in your face. It really just simplifies the market. So for those of you that know trading a little bit more, right? You're doing multi-session high time frame reversals. I teach you my favorite pattern, the Quasimodo, right? You're looking at single session reversals, double tops, double bottoms, New York and Asian. Okay, and what are the confirmations? Okay, going into trends, we teach you pure market structure trend. We teach you order block confirmations, very simple stuff, right? We teach you just how to trade with the moving averages, which is built into DeFi, right? Let's say you're not good with market structure, you're not good with marking up the charts, right? We're gonna go through this tonight. Okay, I'm just trying to bring you the information here. All righty. If you guys are looking for the ranges, how to trade the range, guys, come on, man. The extreme highs, the extreme lows, you got to learn how to identify the consolidation and trade from the highs and the lows. Okay. And then probably, in my experience, the easiest or the easier or the most recognizable way for a new trader to be able to trade with DeFi are the breakout blueprints. This is what some of the newer traders can focus on. It's very, very simple, right? You have trend line breakout, guys. Draw up a trend line, wait for the breakout with a scorecard, boom, right? Look for a counter trend. Market is trending, wait for a counter trend, do a counter trend breakout, key level band, boom, right? You're looking for a trend trap. This is one of my signature strategies back in the day. I launched in 2021. Okay, trend line, counter trend line, price squeeze, breakout, boom, you're in it. Okay, and then a regular price trap breakout, right? For some of the OG traders, you look for a consolidation range, breakout, retest, and boom. Okay, so the breakouts are really some of the best ones over here. And then the last thing, again, I'm just going through this quickly. As I'm saying, there's a 4-part video coming out this week, should be available on Wednesday for you guys. Okay. And then we have the candle validation. And the candle validation, this is what I'm going to be focusing on tonight. So as we get ready to open up DeFi for the second half of this call, jump into DeFi, this is what I'm going to be focusing on right here, are the candle validation technique. The most classic and the most recognizable price action concepts in the world. Okay. If you are a new trader, you're learning support and resistance, trends, counter trends, and pivots and fractals, right? This is as basic as it comes. This is what I want to focus on tonight and what I want to teach you guys, okay? But with that being said, let's get ready to kind of get started. Let's jump into it. We're going to have some fun. Now, before I begin, I want to ask a quick question, right? Not an academy. PDF is in your back office. Go to the back office, go to libraries. It will be in libraries. If not, reach out to your nearest leader or icon. They will be able to provide the PDF for you. And the videos should be available by Wednesday. It's going to be 4 videos by me. Each video is 15 to 20 minutes long. And we jump into this 4-part training. So make sure you watch them, you study them, you take notes, and you apply them. Okay? Now, as we begin, I need a couple of questions over here. One, Who who here has never traded with DeFi, right? Type of one for me in the chat if you have not traded with DeFi. If you guys are already trading with DeFi, this is going to be great for you. Who has not traded with DeFi? Because you guys are the people that I want to be able to focus on tonight, okay? Wow, there are a lot of ones in that chat. Okay, so let's get started with this over here. This call is for you. So, what exactly is DeFi? Guys, DeFi is very simply, let's talk about it. DeFi is a multi-time frame, multi-asset trading system built for precision and for speed. That's what Matt was talking about, right? It uses a score-based method with 15 built-in confirmations, and it's going to grade every single setup by strength. So you will see a +3 all the way to what we call a king confluence confirmation. And the higher the confluence, the quote unquote, the more confluences that stack, there's more probability in a sense, there's more indication that that market may move, although results are never guaranteed. Okay. And this is designed to give you very clear visuals so that way you can have consistent structure in your trading. Okay. Very simple. Now, let's come on over and let's take a look at DeFi. Okay. So now look, as we're taking a look at DeFi, okay, I'm actually looking at an idea right here on gold. This triggered today at 6:30 at the start of the Asian range. Okay, we had a +3 score, and over the this is the 15-minute time frame. So for the last, what is this? The last 2.5 hours, we've seen this gold drop over 600 points, or the equivalent of 6,000 points in the last 2 hours on DeFi with a +3 confirmation. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to walk you guys through DeFi, how to look at it, and how to identify what I would call is a textbook setup. There are so many different ways that you could use DeFi, but I want to teach you guys a textbook setup. Okay. Now look, first and foremost, guys, as we look at DeFi over here, there are 4 core concepts to DeFi. The first core concept that you're going to see on DeFi is going to be the key levels. Okay. These key levels are color coded. You can see it right here. We have potential purple as bullish zones. So if they are below the zone, these are representing as psychological price points. Okay. They're acting as support and resistance levels. Okay. But these are actually historical price points based on market turnovers, based on price reactions. Okay. So based on historical price reactions at these areas, when the market is more than likely to make a turn and move, right? Where is the market going to stop? All righty. Let me come over here. Let me put my educator hat on for you guys. Okay. Where is the market going to stop and reverse? Where is the market going to stop and reverse? Where's the market going to stop and reverse? Stop and reverse. Stop and reverse. Stop and reverse. This is the point of the key levels. Okay. And the key levels, they change on every time frame. So you don't have to worry. The 1 minute, the 5 minute, the 4 hour, you could trade on any time frame that you want. Okay. That's what is based. Now, the trick to the key level, okay, is to simply validate the key level. That's it. Validate it. What do I mean by validate? I'll give you a perfect example. Let's say you're on the 15-minute and then you're wondering about this +3, okay? You're wondering about this +3. What you're going to do is you're going to come right here to TradingView. You're going to go get your horizontal line. Now, don't forget, you guys can open up your tools and then you can click that little favorite. It's going to add a favorite. And then on the bottom left, you can actually put on and off your favorite toolbar. And this will give you your pop-up to have all of your favorite tools that you can use quick and easy, okay? All righty. Now look, you click on that horizontal line, you put it right there on that chart. Okay, you want to make it visible. You put it on a 4 thickness, maybe make it red. Okay, now we need to validate that key level. How do you validate it? You could validate it on the current, time zone, on the current time frame. If you see some price action. Now, if I come over here on the 15-minute, there's obviously some price action going on over here. You see, I have some rejection over here. Nothing too strong, but I can still go to a higher time frame. Okay. I can go to the 4 hour. I can go to the 1 hour. Okay. And I can start working on attempting to validate this key level with previous price action. Now, again, trading gold, just remember we're at historical highs and we're in an unprecedented time. So there's not much, price action to go off of, but you validate it. Okay. But on the 15-minute, alone, it's validated. Okay. We do have some reaction. Now, something I'm going to teach you guys, okay, is what people call a break and retest, or you guys can call it just a pass and check. Okay. If you guys want to validate a key level, there's two things you look for. Okay. Just look for the market to basically pass a level, check it, and then keep going. Okay. I don't want you guys to ever forget this in your life. Okay. It's called the pass and check, but it's different from a break and retest. It's called the pass and check because it's checking the liquidity. Okay. The market is breaking out, come back to the zone, checking the zone. You see, we're throwing those wicks and then we're getting a high volatility move out of the area, right? So breaking in, testing it, and then boom, and then it's out of there. Why is that significant? That is significant because that is showing you that there could be some institutional characteristics of that particular zone. Another interesting thing that people don't pay attention to for my experienced traders is that whenever you have pass and check zones, if pass and check zones are violated by large liquidity candles like this, okay, that is very important as well. That's a liquidity pass. That is creating a liquidity void right in here, which is causing a price imbalance or FVG, okay? Which means that the market might return to that zone, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, that's spring. Okay, some of you guys know, but I'm giving it from a more simple perspective. Okay, so you guys just have to understand these core concepts. Now, something I do want to notify you guys is that we have a brand new smart money tool coming out. It is called React. Okay, and then as React is getting dropped for you guys over here, okay, React will give you volumized order blocks, volumized FVGs in certain ranges over here as well. Okay, I was actually using this, and this gave me a nice FVG. I'm surprised it's not. Oh, there it goes, right over here. Right, it gave me a nice 4-hour FVG right in the area before that drop. Right, but that's this is for another day. So let's turn off React. Okay. So again, one of the core concepts is just these zones. So you want to work on validating those zones. All righty. Now, the second core concept that you guys want to be able to look at is something called the prediction bands. Now, these prediction bands are not your average Bollinger Bands. Now, most people know Bollinger Bands are very, very simple concept. Okay? So Bollinger Bands work like this. All right? The market's at the low of the band. You come here, and then you get it, and you wait till it goes into the band, and then you sell it, and you wait till it basically goes into the band, and you buy it, and it goes into the band, and you sell it, and it goes to the band, and you buy it, and it goes to the band, you sell it, right? This is really like old school thinking, but it's a very simple concept, okay? So again, I want to educate you guys. What is the purpose of Bollinger Bands? Does anybody know? Do we have any experienced traders that are on here tonight? Okay. What is the actual purpose of Bollinger Bands? Why do people trade Bollinger Bands? Where's my traders at? Over here. Do we have anybody in here? Definitely not the trend. Has nothing, Bollinger Bands have nothing to do with the trend. Okay. Has something to do with the range. Okay. Has something to do with the channel. Okay. No, not diamond. No, no, no. Okay. Bollinger Bands are based on something called deviation and regression. Deviation and regression, okay? The Bollinger Band has this little trend line running around in the middle. Okay. Deviation and regression basically says this. I'm going to give you an example. Let's say the market is right here. Okay. If the market is right here, okay, the market will give you a little breakout and a retest, and the market will keep going. Okay. Little pass and check. Now, if the market has a very big move, okay, and you see a long, strong move, that is called a deviation. Okay. So when you start to see these ranges like this, okay, and then you're getting these long, strong moves, you're getting something known as a deviation. Now, when you get a big deviation, you get something known as a regression. A regression simply means you have a really big move up, and when the move is so big, the market cannot hold that price. So it needs to pull back. That's the purpose of Bollinger Bands. It's actually for volatility deviation to be able to detect when there's a really big move and then get the regression and then get the pullback. Get the really big move up in the band and get the pullback. Okay? Like accumulation in a way. So you're getting that accumulation expansion, and then you're getting that pullback. Okay, it's known as deviation and regression. Okay, just giving you guys a really, really high level for my guys. For the simple people, right, for the newer people, you're just waiting for it to go into the highs and the lows. Now, what makes these bands so special is that these bands cut off right here. Okay, they cut off where they stop plotting, and then now they have this little prediction logic. So these bands actually start to work and move in real time. Like, look, we're on gold. Let's take a look. Look, we're on gold. Perfect example. We're on gold. Let's take a look. We might have a potential DeFi idea. Okay, we have a validated key level. Take a look at this validated key level right over here. Okay, you have the market stopping, passing, checking. Okay, breakout was by a big FVG candle creating a liquidity void. Market came back in, filled in that liquidity, little liquidity grab to the downside. You guys can see those little, those little order blocks over here. Okay, and as this market pulled back, it's also now testing these deviation bands. So if the deviation bands are very wide and the price is pushing into those deviation bands, you can get like a snapback, okay? And that's what you're looking for. You're looking for a snapback, okay? Just like some of you guys, you fell out of shape, you went to the gym, you worked out, you said, I'm a snapback. Okay, that's what this is, right? You're trying to snap back with this Bollinger Band over here, okay? Yeah, look, Corinne, I've been trying to snap back for the last 10 years, okay? But this is what we're doing, right? So that's what this is for over here, okay? Now, it's very important that you guys understand this. You guys can come into the setting, okay? And if you guys, depending on the time frame, okay, band length, look, you guys can put this as low as 13. If you guys are hyper scalpers, you're looking for all of the moves on DeFi, you guys want to put it on a 13. A 13 is going to keep the bands very thin. So almost every break, almost every retest, almost every trend move, DeFi will give it to you on a 13. But you have to be careful. You need a good experience level if you're on a 13. Okay? You can go to the 21. I like to use Fibonacci numbers. You can go to 21 or you can go roughly to 25. This will give you, okay, a little bit more space. You see here, I'll give you a little bit more space to be able to use the 31. Now the 34 is decent for some trends. So this is kind of like a balance. All righty. So this is going to update. So you see the 34, you have a little bit more balance over here. Okay. So the 34 to the 55 is going to give you a pretty decent balance in terms of how big of those deviations and snapbacks that you're looking for. Okay. And then if you get really high, you can do 75. You could do 89. 89 is the default. Why do I have 89 on the default? I have 89 on the default, just so you guys know. Okay, I have 89 on the default because I know many of you guys trade on the lower time frame. So the 89 is going to give you wider bands. Okay, so with the wider bands, you're going to get less DeFi ideas. But when the market does officially push into the band, and if the band curves and it gives you the actual DeFi idea, it can help strengthen that idea. All right. So my recommendation is that if you're on a lower time frame, stick to the wider bands, maybe 55 and above. If you guys are going to the higher time frames, like the 1 hour, the 4 hour, you guys are looking for strong moves, you guys can still get very large bands. Okay. You guys can get very, very big moves. But on the bigger time frames, you guys can come in and you guys can start to put on these smaller bands. Let me actually put on 25. That's the one I like to use, right? So you can put on the smaller bands on the higher time frames. Okay, why? Because prices, the way that price moves on the 1 hour time frame is you want to see more pip movement, right? Because these are 1 hour candles, 4 hour candles, right? So look, you take a look over here. You had a 1 star idea on gold, right? Giving you a very nice breakout to the upside, pulling back into that entry price, and then just giving you a clean, 11,000 pips, right? Right over there, right? Giving you a really long, strong move. It says 2 days because I guess that happened over the Friday close into the weekend, right? So again, you guys should really consider, the time frame and the band setting that you guys are using. Okay. Now, anyway, let me come back to the 15. Come back over here. Let's put this back. I think I have it on 75, right? So let's put it on 75. Okay. And keep it on 75. Okay. So this is the second key to the band. The second concept to DeFi is again the prediction bands. Okay. So you want to be able to just line up a validated key level. Okay. And make sure it's in the band. Okay, validated key level in the band. Okay, you want less ideas but more quality, lower time frame, higher setting, right? You want to be a little bit more aggressive. You can put a higher time frame, lower setting. Okay, just different things to consider over here. All righty, that's the second key quality. Now, I got to push through this. I have so much to go through with you guys. The third key quality of DeFi over here is actually the cloud and the candle color. So you'll see that the candles run up purple. They could be black. And remember, you can adjust the theme color, any color that you want. Now, if you put on the light theme, it's one of my favorite themes. You can put on the light theme, just change the strong candle and change the volume text to red. That way you kind of see those strong candles a little bit more. All righty. And it'll help you identify the trend. So if the candles are purple, you're basically in like a strong uptrend. If the candles are black, you're in a strong downtrend. All righty. So it makes it very simple to help you trade with the trend. All righty. And then the fourth, the other quality of this is also the trend tracker. All righty. Now you're going to learn about this in the video, and the trend tracker, you could do a lot with the trend tracker, guys, right? You can come here. Where is it? Trend tracker. Let's come over here. Where is it? Sorry, so much going on, right? You could put this on continuous, and then you can see all of the trend tracking activity, for all of the candles. Okay, you could absolutely do that. For me, it's just too busy. I like to just keep it on track. Okay, if you leave it on track, this will give you, okay, this right here will be able to give you these little tracking arrows. So what are these tracking arrows? Just so you guys can have some peace of mind, these are actually based on momentum average. Okay, it basically looks at the last range of candles, the direction, the bullish count, the bearish count, some pivots. Everything is super custom coded. Alrighty, so it looks at all of this stuff, and then it gives you a momentum average. Okay, so this means as a momentum average is that if you're having a score that's giving you a bearish score and the market may drop, okay, you don't want to just see the market drop. You want to get a transition candle, right? You see the gray candle? You want to see a transition candle or a black candle showing you that the market direction is now down. Those moving averages are now turning down. And you want your momentum average to also have these down arrows in the direction of the trade. Because that will let you know that, again, like even when the market is pulling back over here, that's letting you know that, hey, there is still an opportunity for this market to keep pushing down. The momentum average is down. Now, early warning signs are things like this. If the momentum average changes, if it starts to pull back, it'll give you an X. Okay. If the candle colors change, that starts to represent, hey, this trend might to start transitioning, right? We also have volume breaks. Do I have the volume breaks? I'm going to put the volume breaks on over here. Okay. We also have these volume breaks that are built in. Let them pop up. Let me see. Okay. Look, we even have a volume break right over here. Okay, let's go down to the volume break. Show the delta volume. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I don't have arrows on it, but this will give you the volume. Okay, so you see the volume is adjusting in real time right here. Okay, so if this is giving you a volume injection higher than 33%, that is basically saying, hey, this is mixed with a super trend and a volume break. So this is basically telling you, hey, you know what? There might be a small breakout. And if that breakout triggers and there's enough volume, meaning there's enough orders in there to shift it from being a sell to a buy, this will give you a volume break. Okay. So if you see those volume breaks during your, let's come over here. If you see a volume break triggering during your scorecard, okay, what is that telling you? That's telling you, hey, you know what? The next 2 to 3 candles, we're probably going to have a strong injection of volume and orders coming in. It almost feels like a little bit of a safety net to me, okay? But it can also act as a clear exit sign, okay? Because if I got in gold over here and then this market is dropping like a hot potato and I, was able to catch 900 pips in 1 hour, I mean, I'm happy as a pig rolling around in dirt right now, right? Who doesn't love that? Okay, but let's say I'm just continuously following this down right now, and I see the market's pulling back, and I'm like, I want to take the market lower, but am I going to get a volume break? If I get that volume break, that's a clear for me. That's like, I'm out of here because I might start to get 2 to 3 strong candles pushing against me, and I don't want to lose the profit I just had. Remember, it's not what you make, it's what you keep. And unless you close those trades, that profit is not hitting your account. And unless you're withdrawing those profits from your account, then you're not actually making any money. So the goal is to make profits and do withdrawals. That's the whole goal. Okay? That's what I'm saying. So that's that. So those are those volume breaks over here. Now, guys, look, we're running a little deep. Are you guys okay with hanging out with me for like another 15 minutes? For those of you guys that are here, do you guys want to learn a little bit more about DeFi? Do I have your permission to keep going over here? Okay. I know sometimes some of you guys are checking the clock, right? But I love educating. So we'll keep going. All righty. Amazing. All righty. So that's that. Now, the fourth core concept of DeFi are the scorecards. Okay. So the scorecards are just a whole nother level. All righty. Now, for the scorecards, we have 15 confirmations, and I've recently just updated the DeFi. So I'm letting you guys know if you guys already have DeFi added to your thing, please make sure that you remove the DeFi indicator and then re-add it or refresh your trading view so you can get the most updated version of the DeFi, because I put a little bit more sauce in the DeFi for you guys. We strengthen these ideas. So you guys are going to see a lot more king candles that are on here. I actually realized a piece of my coding was broken. I fixed it. And I mean, it's just flawless now. So I really, really love it. Now, how does this work when it comes over here? Okay. How does this work? So DeFi has basically a base score. Okay. A base score meaning that in order for an idea to trigger, the criteria needs to be met. Okay, the criteria is really the market pulling into the bands, and just just it's like three or four little confirmations to basically set the foundation of the trade. Now, if the foundation of the trade is met, okay, there are now 15 additional confirmations that get stacked on. 15 additional confirmations. This is very important, all righty, because I'm going to go through the settings. All right, there's 15 additional confirmations. So it's going to go, if you see +3, this means that there are 3 extra confirmation, and it could be a combination of any 3. So not all +3s are made equal, right? 1 +3 might be divergence and a zone and a bearish engulfing, straight price action, right? Another one might be high volume injection and some special sauce I got going around in the background. So not all 3s are made equal. So if you're trading the +3s, the +4s, and the +5s, I highly recommend that you just, be careful what you're trading and never trade DeFi blindly. Please always look at the market conditions and verify your price action on there, right? Like coming over here, looking for a little counter trend breakout, just a few little things, because the 3s can give you some fake outs. It can give you a 3 and then keep going and give you a 4 and then keep going and then give you a 1 star and drop like a hot potato. So the 3s, the 4s, the 5s, if you have more market experience than the 3, 4s, and 5s, they're great, because you guys know how to validate your key levels, go into the bands, look for the pivot breakouts, look for the counter trend breakouts, simple stuff. Now, if you guys are a little bit on the newer side, I recommend that you guys stick to the 1 star and above. Okay, so it's going to go +3, +4, +5 confirmations. If it's 6 or 7 confirmations, it's going to give you a 1 star idea. Okay, let's take a look. Let me see. It is 10 p.m. We're in Asian session, so we should be looking at the yens, right? So let's say I come over here to the yens, right? So just another quick tip is that whatever session you guys trade, remember, you're going to have the highest volatility of those pairs during that session. But don't go to that session looking for the idea, okay? Look for the setup before the session begins, because you're more likely to catch a better move, okay? So if you're going to go and trade New York session, go look at pre-New York, 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning for the idea. You're going to come and trade Tokyo. A lot of you guys are after work in the US. You guys want to trade Tokyo session. Don't wait till 9 o'clock at night to come to the chart. Okay, start looking at the market at 5, 6, 7 o'clock at night when Tokyo is getting ready to set up and it starts putting all the volume in, because 8, 9, 10, that market is rocking and rolling, right? 11, 12, liquidity starts to really die out, and then you go into pre-London, and then pre-London 1, 2, that's where you're looking for London, and then now you're getting those London moves, okay? So you guys got to know how to trade and know what you're doing, all righty? So look, if I come to GJ, what do I got a +3 over here. Let me see. AJ, what do we got going on over here? These are the yens. Let me see. These markets are moving. So look, these were all set up during the day. EJ, let me see here. Okay, these are all low scoring moves. You see +3s, +4s, different things like this. Let me see if we have any. Yeah, these are all very, very similar. Okay, very low scores. Now, something that I will tell you, okay, 2 star on the 5-minute gold. I'll take a look. Now, something that I want to tell you guys is, remember pair synchronization. Many pairs move in tandem. So look at GJ, AJ, EJ, CJ, NZDJPY. Look at how they were all market lows. Look at the range, NZDJPY at the low, at the key level. I mean, nice rejection. I mean, guys, come on, man. Like, it doesn't get any easier than this, right? But look at NJ. Look at CAD-JPY. CAD-JPY at a low. Not in the key zone. Not interested. Look at EJ. EJ in a key zone. I'm interested. But look at how EJ and NJ were both in key zones at a low as they turn around. Chef JPY, was it in the zone? I don't know. and Chef JPY in the zone. AUD, JPY in the zone. What is this telling you? Pair synchronization. This is like you have a gun, you don't have one bullet in the chamber. You got GJ in the chamber, AJ in the chamber, EJ in the chamber, KJPY. If they're all giving you scores at the same time in the same direction, the market is telling you something. This is why traders, when you guys are trading, you're supposed to pick a session and pick a pair, right? I like trading in the New York session, and I'm always looking at gold, GU, EU, AU, NU. Those are my pairs. I'm looking at them all day. I'm looking at the synchronization all day. That's what you guys need to do. Trade with the right pair, trade with the right session, right? Hopefully you guys are learning something right now. Okay. Now, anyway, let's keep going from here. Anyway, all low scoring. Let me see. Let's see if we got anything on the indices over here. NAS +4, SPX over here. I mean, I'm happy that they're all giving really strong ideas. Look at over here, right? You have a nice 2-star idea. Okay. So a 1-star idea is going to be 6 to 7 confirmations. A 2-star idea is going to be 8, 6, 7, is going to be 8 to 9 confirmations. 3-star ideas are going to be 10 confirmations and above. So it could be 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, or 15. Now, you're going to have these red candles. You see these red candles? These red candles over here are very particular candles that what they basically do, look, 3-star idea. Whenever you see a red candle, it's going to upgrade the signal. So if it's a +1, it's going to be a +2. If it's a +2, it's going to go to a 3-star. If it's a 3-star with a red candle, it's going to upgrade to a king confirmation. Now, as you guys come to the DeFi strategy, you guys are going to see that I put multiple king confirmation examples on the DeFi. The king confirmations, they do exist. They're very nice. King confirmations are 10 plus confluences at the same time. And these red candles are very specific in nature. They're not randomized confirmations. They are my favorite confirmations that are built into one candle. Okay. So whenever I see that red candle with any DeFi score, I'm looking twice at that idea, just so you guys know. So look for those special candles with those DeFi ideas. Okay. Because they're looking to give you really strong injections of momentum. Now, why is this important? And why am I saying this? Because look at what you guys can do. You guys can come here to DeFi. You guys can do 2 things. You guys can come to the settings, come down to the bottom. You're going to see there's a brand new update in the newest version. Okay. And it says idea filter. If you guys want 3-star, 4-star, 5-star, 1-star ideas and above, let's say you only want to see 1-star ideas and above. You click on 1-star only, and this will now only give you 1-star ideas. So you will no longer see 3, 4s, and 5s. You will only see 1-stars, 2-stars, 3-stars, and kings. So now if you want to put your bands a little bit lower now, because you're saying to yourself, you know what? I only want really, really strong ideas. I'm willing to accept more ideas coming my way on a lower band because I'm going to look for stronger ideas. So look what I did. 1-stars and above. And now I'm only putting that, now putting it on that 34. So now as I'm coming through the market, I'm only looking for these really strong ideas over here. Okay. So that's something that you could do. Now, why is this also important? This is also important. Look at this over here. Look at this. We don't have a score because of the band. You see how the market's not in the band, so it's not giving you the score. The market didn't round enough. But pay attention, guys. Look, red candle, one of my favorite candles. Okay? You got some price action. You got legit price action built in. Look at the volume injection, 95.9%. Guys, this is a full footprint change. This means 95% of buyers have turned into sellers on this candle alone with with some breaking out, with some pivot breaking out. Okay. You guys got a lot going on right over here. Nice little FVG fill. Okay. So you guys got to pay attention to these little clues. Now, let me put this back to 75. I don't know if this is going to give me an idea. I might have to put a very low score because when I start to get these divergence and these double tops, you need a very low score. Okay, so not giving me a score right now, but this right here is going to be really nice. Now, take a look at this. You guys, when the market's on real time, come to DeFi by Iconic, click on these little buttons, click on Add Alerts. Okay, come over here. For every pair and every time frame that you want to receive alerts for DeFi, go to the pair. Okay, go to the pair. Okay, you see how I have a major and a minor list? You guys don't know about this yet. Okay, you guys can save a list of your favorite indicators, export it, and then import it as a list. And then now you can now get notifications on all of the pairs at the same time. Okay, just a little game for you guys over here. Okay, so anyway, go to your favorite pair. Okay, and then it's going to say, you're going to see the time frame. Make sure you're on the time frame. If you want 1 hour alerts, if you guys want 15-minute alerts, okay, do that. Okay. Trigger is once per bar close. I think it's on like once per bar or once only by default. By default, put on once per bar close because DeFi updates in real time. So you only want to get the alert on the candle close. So just please make sure that when you click those 3 buttons, add alert on DeFi, add alert on DeFi. What's going on over here? Okay. Come back over here. What's going on now? Okay, there we go. Add alerts. Okay, crossing, cross up. This makes no difference. Just make sure that it's on there. Wait, create alert on gold. That's the issue. Add alert on DeFi. Symbol DeFi by Iconic. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm giving you guys the wrong information. Create alert on gold. Uh-oh. Oh, wait. I actually think I don't. Did I did I think I okay. I have to get this updated for you guys. I just realized, okay, that something here is incorrect. So take a look. I'm gonna get this fixed for you guys, but it's on here. So I want you guys to take a look at this. Let me show you how to create an alert. Where is the alerts? The alert is right here. So look, when you guys create the alert, okay, for the condition, you guys can actually choose the score. Okay. So you could do a +3 or greater, or you could do a 1-star idea and greater. Okay. So, okay, perfect. So maybe I'm just bugging out. All righty. So make sure for the condition you put a 1-star idea and greater, because if you do +3, you're going to get way too many alerts. Okay. So put a 1-star and above idea. That will give you 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, and king idea onlys as alert. Download TradingView on your app, and then it will notify you on your phone every single time there's an alert. So you guys can go and take a look at your thing. Okay. Alrighty, 10-10. Let me get to some final bits over here for you guys on DeFi. Okay. Alrighty. So far, so good, right? You guys understand the alerts. You guys can filter. You guys understand the 4 core concepts. So far, so good, family. How are we doing? Are you guys enjoying the training? Are you guys understanding? Are you guys learning some new information? If you guys learned something new so far, just type new for me in the chat. I want to make sure that you guys are learning new information, getting new value every single time you get on a session with me, okay? All righty. Let me see. Okay, we got the 4 things. Okay, here's the other thing I want to teach you guys. Let's come over here. I highly recommend, if you guys like to trade with the trends, Okay, come on down. Okay. And let's come on down over here. Come on down. All right. MA 3455 233, guys. Turn these on. These will bring up the moving averages for you guys. Okay, this is going to bring up the larger moving averages that you guys can trade with. Now, I'm going to let you guys know I am working on a new multi time frame moving average, kind of like a one-stop shop. I'm working on for you guys. You guys are going to love it when I'm done with it, okay? But anyway, let's take a look. We now have, okay, 34, 55 to 33. Okay. This is going to give you very strong trends in the market. Very strong trends in the market. Okay. So with these trends, let's actually come over here. Let's turn off the bands. Okay. We're going to turn off all the bands. We don't want to see any bands. I'm just going to kind of leave my, I'm going to leave my projection lines on because I want to see where my projection lines are, but I'm going to turn my bands off. Okay. Oh, it turns off all of them. Okay. So with this, this is going to help you guys trade with the trend. Okay. If you guys are not really too good at, at looking at the price action, you guys can keep it very simple and trade with the trend. Now, look, if you guys also trade kill shot, all right, I think you guys are going to go on kill shot tomorrow. Take a look at this. Come put on the kill shot indicator. I'm going to show you guys something cool. Okay. Put on the kill shot indicator. You can even remove the Defy ones if you want. Let me turn off the Defy moving averages. Okay, so if you guys want to get a little spicy, you guys can even use the kill shots, okay, backgrounds, because you guys know how to trade with the trend with kill shot. You guys can do this. You can even throw supernova on there, okay? Put your bands back on. Let me put the bands back on really quickly. And then you guys can actually start to stack up your indicators. So if you guys want to do something like this, you guys could do something like this, and you guys could potentially start trading kill shot with DeFi. Now, if you do this, I recommend that you guys come here, you put your band length very low. Put that band length on 13 so you can really catch, those rapid fire pullbacks, and then turn off your moving averages. So put them very low. Sorry, turn off your bands, right? Put them very, very low. And then now with DeFi, you can start trading kill shot with DeFi. Okay. And you guys can start putting them together over here. Okay. You guys want to go trade US 30. You guys want to do those 1 minute hyper scalps over here. Okay. Also stack on supernova, but you guys can do that as well. Right. Like obviously, look, you can see here the trend is up. DeFi is giving you a counter trend trade while the what is this called? Kill shot is bullish. But if you want to trade with the trend, just come to other parts of kill shot for those of you guys that are trading with kill shot and start trading in kill shot. Trust me, you guys are going to get lots of ideas. I don't have time to like really go through everything perfectly, but you guys can stack them together as well, just so you know. All righty. Now let's take off kill shot. Let's go back to DeFi. Okay. All righty. Now I'm going to go put on the moving averages. So let's put on the moving averages over here. We're going to put on the moving averages. Now let's put on the moving averages. Let's get these, let me get these clouds. Let's put these back. If I'm trading with the moving averages, 34.55, let's put these band length on 55. Okay. All righty. Now, okay, I've set pretty decent. Now, I'm not a big 1 minute trader. I'm all good with the 5 minute. I'm all good with the 10 minute. Now, just so you guys know, another key trick that I like, another key trick that I like is that I like to use off time frames. Guys, the market understands time frames really well. So there's lots of people that are coming in on 5 minute candles, people that are coming in on 15 minute candles. So I have this thing where I don't trade on the 1. I like to trade on the 3 minute. I like to trade on the 10 minute. I like to trade on the 20 minute, and I like to trade on the 2 hour. Okay. And instead of doing the daily, I will do the 8 hour or I will do the 12 hour. Why? Because they'll give you a different reading, right? The 3 minute it'll give you the speed you're looking for on the 1, but it'll give you more stability, right? The 10 will give you a smoother 5 minute. The 20 will give you a more confirmed 15 minute. Okay. So the 3 minute, the 10 minute, the 12 minute, these are really fire time frames that you guys can look at because they'll give you a little bit of extra time frame and give you some ideas. Now, when you guys are trading with these moving averages, again, if you guys don't know anything, you guys can modify these moving averages to any preference that you like. Okay. So I keep them on 34, 55, and 233. Think about them like this. Okay. The 233 over here. Okay. Your MA3, your 233 is your long-term moving average. Okay. Anything above, you want to look for a buy. Anything below, you might want to look for as a sell. Okay. The 33 and the 55, look at these as your midterm. Okay, so you just want these to be in order. Just make sure that the 34 is under the 55. If you're ever confused, just make the 34 a little bit thinner than the 55, and then you'll always know, you can see it by thickness. Okay, so is the 34 under the 55, and is the 55 under the 233? That's all you got to look for. So there are two ways you could do this. Way number one is that if you're in trading in consolidation like this and you don't know what you're doing, okay, again, look for it in order. Okay. Well, DeFi is going to do it for you because it's nice like that. Okay. But make sure that the 233 is above. Okay. The 34 is under the 55, and you're just looking for a crossover. Okay. That's it. Okay. If the DeFi crosses over the 34 and the 55 while under the 233, that's going to give you a good DeFi confirmation in consolidation. Now, if you're in a trending type market, let me see over here with GU, maybe it trends a little bit. Okay. If GU is in more of a trending type market, let's take a look over here. Maybe we got some DeFi action going on over here. Okay. If it's in a trending market, it's also very, very easy. Okay. Now, something that I do, to be quite honest, only because I don't have the ability to create a multi-score system without confusing people. But like I'll look at my bands sometimes, right? I'm gonna start wrapping up like this. But you see how my bands are coming right here? I got a 75 volume break with a red candle. All right, crossover of my 34.55 while under the 233. I'm at a key level. Key level is clearly validated by some previous price action. I mean, guys, come on. This is a freaking trade over here, right? Very, very simple trade. But sometimes I'm like, why don't I have an idea? Okay. So I could either option A, I could look at this candle and go to a smaller time frame. Okay. I could do that. Okay. Or option number two, I can also kind of mess around with my bands. Okay. So you can mess around with the band length. And it's very, very important that you do that. Now take a look over here. I went down to a 15-minute. I'm in the key zone. Okay. Beautiful double top right over here. Right. Small pivot break coming right out that low. Okay. Over here. Got a little counter trend breakout right over there. 3-star idea under the cloud. Crossover of my 34.55. 3-star idea. I mean, guys, just a sweet, sweet, sweet little setup over here for you guys. Okay. I mean, just very, very, very simple. Okay. Now, just remember, I want to say this in closing over here. I don't want to keep you guys too late. And if you guys have any questions, please ask the questions in the chat now. I'll take 2 questions after I say this last part. Okay. Let me get rid of my moving averages over here. All righty. Our entry candles Oh, that's why I wasn't given the idea because I have a 1 star and above, right? So our entry candle, you have two modes. You have a candle close and you have a candle pullback. This is important. I want you guys to pay attention. Candle closes are good for fractal breakouts. What is a fractal for my traders that know? Just look at the pivot points in here. You see these little pivot points in here? You see how this market is creating these little pivots? Okay. A candle close is good for a pivot breakout. You're looking for pivot breakouts in the market. You're looking for the entry candle to break not a wick, but a candle body pivots. Okay. Why? It represents momentum. You're looking at a pivot momentum break. It means you're looking for the candle to close and you're looking for the market to move right away. Okay? Now, when you guys go to and you adjust it to candle pullback over here. Okay, did I already have it on? I had it on candle pullback. Sorry. Let me put it back on candle close. Okay, you're going to see the entry is going to move right to the entry line on the candle close. It's going to automatically modify your stop loss and your TPs. Okay, but if you put it on candle pullback is for people that want to have less drawdown, but they're looking for FVGs or what we call fair value gaps. But you have to be trained, okay? You have to be trained with a fair value gap, okay? Because you can look at these previous candles and you could see there goes this wick. You had a wick there. Look at how this candle is filling out that FVG, okay? So this will automatically give you 50% of the candle range to help you wait for the market to close, pull back, fill out the FVG to get less drawdown and to be able to get that market to move. So these are for like my more institutional smart money trading. So if you see a big candle that has a very large displacement, okay? Let me see. Let me try to remove some objects. I don't know if this is going to give me an idea. Okay, let's come over here. Let's change this to threes and aboves. Okay, look, you can see we have a 1 star idea forming. Take a look over here. You see, look, this is a perfect example. You see here how we're getting a very large displacement. You know, the idea is floating, very, very large displacement, meaning that the back wick in the candle is very large. These are great because for my other guys, when you have these large displacements, you know, the market usually pulls back on a lower time frame, fills in that entry, and then goes. So that's for you guys over there. Okay. So that's what you're looking for with those. And that will modify your entry, stop loss, and TP. Just make sure that you remember that every single one of these DeFi ideas, this is literally the last thing, is going to come with an entry candle zone. And it's going to have a warning line. When the candle closes, I'm never, ever, ever looking for the market to break under the candle open of the signal candle. Never. Because it's invalidating the momentum. The market can close, the market can go up, the market can pull back and then go up. It can close, pull back in, go back up. The market can float around and go up. But what it cannot do is come outside of the warning line. Because if it comes outside of the warning line, it's more than likely an invalid momentum setup and it's going to hit the stop loss. And that's why the stop losses on DeFi are so tight. You're going to notice that the risk to rewards are very big and the stop losses are very tight because it is speed, volatility, momentum that you're looking for DeFi. All righty. And this is why me personally, if I'm trading DeFi, I like the wider bands and I do like the market on swing. Lower time frame, wider bands on swing. This is what I look for because this is giving me those 1 to 9s, right? If this market pops from here on this 5 minute, I want to get that 50 pip run and get that 1 to 9, that 1 to 10 risk to reward over there. Okay. All righty. Now let me take these questions. We're going to get ready to wrap this up. Sammy, why does the candle turn to red and then to black and gray? Okay. So red is a special candle. It is not, it has nothing to do with the actual candles. The actual candles are up, are bullish, transitional, bearish. That's it. The red candles get highlighted because they are basically like your they're like
Yo, what's going on, fam?
I was gonna say what happened there.
I think it might be time. His computer died, so oh, he's back. He's back. Let's let him in.
I mean, it was a long call to be honest with you. So
I mean,
it's
he's back. So we'll just see. I think he was going to answer a couple questions. Can you
yeah,
make him host again? Or
yeah, I got you. I got you. All right. Yo, everyone show some love to Manny one time. I'm gonna blow it up for him one time. Let's go. Let's go.
Wait, dude, I'm trying to put my there we go. All righty. So training's over. Laptop died. That was the Lord telling me to let you guys get some sleep tonight, okay? But as I was saying, I can't answer any of the questions clearly, right? Because I don't have my laptop anymore. But the red candle just represents a special candle. Okay, I can't even see the other questions, so they out the window. But look, family, I'm gonna get ready to wrap it up again. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys love DeFi. I hope you guys got a great amount of training and insights on this call. Okay, if you were new, hopefully I kept it simple enough where you can start learning some things. I don't want to keep it too simple, give you too much milk. I want to teach you guys how to trade. And for those of you guys that understand the market, and those of you guys that do trade, hopefully I gave you guys a little bit of extra sauce and a little bit of extra information. That way you guys are able to use the tool better. Okay. But the trainings are coming. They should be up Wednesday. The tutorial is out. And if you guys ever want me in another training, just call me back. More than happy to pour into you guys on there and just continue to tap in for the rest of the week for the scanner trainings. But with that being said, I'm going to get ready to pass it back to the host of this call. So, Matt, I'll give it back to you. Beeve, Cruz, guys, thank you so much. God bless everyone.
wow, guys, everybody drop
And
a
come to
thank you.
Orlando. Come to Orlando. I'm so sorry, Cruz.
I
Make sure y'all
what?
promote Orlando. All right. Thank you. Love you guys.
I got you. We'll talk about Orlando for sure. Everyone drop a thank you in the chat for Manny. Absolutely crushed that training. I've been trading since 2017, 2018 for the last 7 years, and I cannot remember the last time I learned that much on a call. So I'm not even going to ask you, did you get value? Did you learn? I know for a fact that you definitely did. So, and that's just day one. We still have multiple days with multiple other scanners that we're going to be talking about. But yeah, guys, on March 13th, 14th, 15th, that weekend, we are all going to be flying out to Orlando. So you guys are going to be able to see this information in person, hear from the top leaders, top traders, the best of the best in person. If there's anything that you did to set yourself up for success in 2026, I would say do what you got to do and get to Orlando. I got started in Iconic 2 weeks ago, and we are bringing a good amount of people to Orlando. 2 weeks ago, I wasn't even in this platform. You understand what I'm saying? So Orlando's going to be a movie for sure. And it's going to give you the training, the mindset, the skill set, everything that you need to be set up for success. With that being said, guys, day 2, tomorrow, make sure that you guys are there. You guys are early. You guys are taking notes because we have Jay Bonham, who is somebody who literally he manages 9 figures with a hedge fund, guys. One of the best traders that I have ever seen. On top of that, he is the most viewed educator on the iconic platform for a reason. He has a scanner called Killshot. Drop some $signs in the chat if you've used Killshot and if you've gotten results with it, because I know for a fact that people are absolutely killing it when it comes to using Killshot, guys. Awesome. Same link, same time tomorrow. We're just getting warmed up. We're just getting started, and let's go out there and take this information and apply it, guys. All right. See y'all tomorrow. Have a good night. Bye for now.